I want to touch on one more thing, adversities. And I think there might be a need for this. I'll be really quick on this. It does deserve more time, but I'll be really quick because there might be somebody out there right now that's listening needs to hear this. And I do tell this story from time to time. And it had to do probably 5 years ago. I was 5 years in my practice, and long story short, I was on that grind, right? Nonstop, Monday through Monday, 20 hours. I just want to, I'm young, I got my law degree. I want to just get everything I can get. Not understanding that when the OGs tell me, be careful of burnout, I just thought burnout was because they could not run at my level. Until I hit burnout. And then, you know what came from that immediately? Depression, clinical depression. And it was so bad, I could literally not get out of my bed to go to the kitchen. Some of you people watching out there probably understand what I'm talking about. But before, and by the way, I was in this condition for 6 months. It was very scary, to say the least. And I lost everything. I literally remember when I had to call my team. I didn't have partners at that time, but I had to call my couple paralegals. I had to call my office manager, who's still with me today, and maybe another 2 people, an intake person I had. And I said, I'm sorry, but I just cannot function. It's obviously a lot more emotional than what I'm presenting it to be, but I remember praying every single night, saying, God, get me out of this thing I'm in. When you're in depression, you're like in a different world, and you think that it's reality. Like you're 100% set on it's reality. You're like, there's no way out of this. And I would pray, like, get me out of this, God. And I promise you that if you do, wherever I have an opportunity, I will raise awareness to mental health condition. And God got me out of it. I did take some medication. I did do some talk therapy. Thank God I'm not on any of that right now. And if you are, there's nothing wrong with that. Thank God that you sought treatment. But what I do want to say, guys, is we are not machines. And that's another lesson, guys. You have to take care of yourself. You want to be better than average? You have to have a machine, not just your law firm and your systems, but your body, your mind. It has to be clear. You have to get rid of toxicity in your life. That could be coming from people. That could be coming from business colleagues. And you have to take care of your health. But back to the mental health stuff. If anybody out there is watching right now, and now you knowing that I've been through this, I always say on my videos or whatever, I say, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate you. If I can help you with anything. And these are the things that I mean that I'm here for. It's not about money, okay? It's about my wisdom from my experiences, my knowledge. I've been through the ringer. And you know what? When I had to give up everything, when I had to literally give up everything because I couldn't do it because I was in a terrible state mentally, I would have never thought, zero chance. And guys, I'm a high stakes gambler in everything I do. So I go for the long shots, but I did not think there was a chance I could get back to where I was. You know how good God is? Not only did I get back there, but I've surpassed it to levels I could not ever imagine. So, to try to keep this organized, guys, because I did promise, solutions here. Topic number 4, take care of yourself, take care of your mind, take care of your body. One more thing on that point. I talk about all this at the Pump Mastermind every month. But I just want to make clear, if anybody out there needs help, you don't need to go to the Pump Mastermind. You can DM me. My email is published. My phone number is published. And I mean that. If there's one thing I can ever do out there is to help somebody that went through this, because I know how dire of a situation it is. I'm sorry about that lengthy stuff, but I did promise God that whenever I had an opportunity to have an audience to hear this, I have to do that.
Of course, of course.
What's another thing that comes to mind? Oh, do you want to comment on any of that stuff?
The one thing I would comment on is, going through adversity and overcoming that also increases your risk tolerance, which I think translates well into a conversation we're about to go into, and how you can be, an entrepreneurial attorney as opposed to the average attorney.
We got to get into that. And on top of that, this is what I was about to say also. So going through adversity makes you stronger. It does alter your risk appetite and how you perceive risk, but it also alters your understanding of how things work. What I mean by that? In the beginning, when I'm going through these mental shifts and I don't know what to do, but now you know that's part of the game. So like half of the battle is knowing that, hey, this is part of it. Adversities are part of it. And even just that acceptance alone, for me at least, and I think a lot of people can agree, is close to at least half the battle. Because now it's not like a shot at you and you know where the fuck it came from. Now you know that shot's coming eventually, but you're armoring up, so to speak. Yeah. So you got to look at the intrinsic value. Look at everything as an opportunity. Look at everything as a blessing. That stress is a blessing. People wish they were in a position to have your stress. People wish that they could be in a position to say that I have a business to look forward to. I have a legal career to look forward to. This is called gratitude. If you don't have gratitude, you're never going to be happy because you're always going to be looking at what's next. You're never looking back and saying, well, thank God. You know, business. I forgot. You had a business background in undergrad?
I was an economics major.
Economics major. Yeah, that's like fundamental, hardcore business background. Ben Bernanke, head of Federal Reserve. What's another name, head of Federal Reserve? Do you remember any? I remember Ben Bernanke. He looked like Uncle Ben Rice or whatever.
I used to know all of them in college, but now I don't remember anything.
Me too. I used to remember him. Oh, Powell. Jerome Powell.
Powell's
Jerome
right.
Powell.
Yeah.
So I was a finance major in undergrad. I was also a stockbroker a few years before that. I've always loved numbers. Specifically, I've always loved numbers with dollar signs on them. And it's not because of the money. I just like the game.